Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make him a throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat, and not first the poor. Make up what I seen to make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead can sell out Rasta and sell out and sell out Babylon. Yes, stop on the Friday. You must show us stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, man, throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black? Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Globalist, good morning. Can you imagine me starting a program, brain dead, don't know where I am, don't know where to start? I had all morning. As you know, last night, my original computer when we use give up on me. I had the entire morning trying to rectify this thing. I had to do a factory reset because it just wasn't connecting to the internet at all. The factory set took hours, hours. And then after I have to do the sign in and download back stuff, and because this is not a, it's best working with Google thingy. So this is not a Google settings. It took me all morning, globalist. I'm literally confused. I had no time from morning to concentrate on my program or anything. I spend the whole morning from me wake up about 8 o'clock this morning. This is what I have been working on just to get my desk computer back up and running because I have three other laptops, but this one is like my love child. I cannot function on the rest of them, especially the MacBook, which I had to go on last night. I just cannot work with it. So I wasn't prepared to have the tug of war with it this morning. So, on a pardon me for being brain dead, you're going to engage with a brain dead producer win this morning. Hmm? So you will have to, I'm smoothing me that we're done for a morning. You will have to forgive me this morning. Because into said, I am literally operating brain tired and brain dead from trying to sort this thing out this morning. And it took me right down to the wire. That's why I had to continue extending the time of the program on YouTube. You may have seen the time keeps changing. That's why I had to keep doing that, because if I'm not working on this computer, I am useless. Absolutely useless. Some people may say a laptop is a laptop. It may be true. But for me, it's the one that I'm really used to. Mhm. But you can call in. If you don't want to call in and help me run the program, or want to help bear me along. But this morning, my brain dead because I spend all of my brain power this morning on the computer. Yeah. But good morning, everybody. Welcome. Nevertheless, we are here. Mm? We are late, but we are here. Thank you all very much for hanging on and for being here. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning, everybody. A one big good morning to you all. Let me see in my brain dead state if I can work with some information on my slide this morning. Now, St. Elizabeth primary schools across St. Elizabeth are going to be putting an emphasis on literacy. My God, it's needed. It really is. St. Elizabeth, at some point, we had better advancement in our literacy. For me, the literacy kind of dropped. So that is a good thing that a focus. This should be island wide. I don't know why them make it look like this is a pilot project. But of course, primary school should have never stopped putting an emphasis on literacy, because if you don't have the literacy level, you're going to struggle to understand a lot of other things, or struggle to grasp the context of other things. So that is a good thing. Hope it is also rolled out island wide, because it needed. It needed. Hmm? People might are too geared to social media rather than the realities which they have to grasp with. Let me first just tackle a little bit of international issue that I just want to get out of the way. If watching the news, you would have seen Israel have started bombing another country. A new country has added to his black, and that's Qatar. Their capital, Doha, was bombed yesterday. I want to say to the Qataris and the entire Muslim countries across the Middle East, do you think you're safe from this? Barring Yemen, Iran, and Lebanon, who has stood behind the people of Palestine, you all cronies have sold yourself out and short to America. You, Qatar, host one of the major or biggest US base in the Middle East. Are you going to retaliate? Or will you be bullied by the genocidal maniac Benjamin Netanyahu? Do you think you really are all safe? All of you who have sold out Palestine for a relationship with Israel and America, do you think you're safe? I want Egypt to be the next. UCC has protected the genocide, the starvation, and the barbarity. Do you think you are safe from this genocidal maniac called Benjamin Netanyahu? Do you think you are safe? And to Iran, preemptive self-defense. Contentious though the UN Charter Article 51 may be, preemptive self-defense, they have shown they will stop at no length with their barbarity. That's my say on that piece of international development in the so-called Middle East. Because everybody wants a relationship with America for America to bomb them. Because that's the only good relationship you will have with America. Be used or be bombed. Now, on the issue of the school grooming policy and all that, some people would have mistaken yesterday that I was dealing with the dress code. I made it quite clear from the start. I'm focusing on the hair. Even some of them dress code issue is ludicrous, or whatever the word is. When we were going to school, girls' uniform used to just be below them knee, or some just above them knee. And it never made children behave the way them behave now. So having them in this long skirts down to their ankle without teaching morals and etiquette, it's not the long skirt. The long skirt, as a rule, it's nothing at all. Having on a long skirt without being taught the morals and the etiquette really don't make no sense. So these uniform policy with the school them now are gear away from the teaching to develop the child them. What they should focus on more is teaching, or rather so, have proper policy of how you deal with certain things. You can't have this thing a run on and on and on, and nobody not intervene to make it better. So a lot of other people are saying the government and the schools must have a way of dealing with students and these grooming issues. It can't be that you deny them education, which is a human right, because they hear that is not cut to suit the principal whims and fancies. It shouldn't be about that. In today's day and age, educators shouldn't be worried about how children here look. They should be worried about what they're introducing into their brain or what they are helping their brain to explore. That's what educators are there for. Not to prepare you for Vogue magazine. Because the emphasis they're placing, the emphasis they're placing on these uniform policies, them to shift the emphasis on teaching these children about social interaction and all of that. A massive discipline. All right, we used to receive corporal punishment in school, which used to keep us in line. You have removed that out of the school system. Long skirt is not the replacement. Bothered about their hairstyle is not the replacement. So some of these things that people are called rules, then we ought to be asking the educators to be example of the rules that they're enforcing. Them cannot come to school with their hair in certain way and then it's been bothered about children haircut, belt buckle, how long you're using. Of course, there ought to be a cutoff level. The knee length is fine for uniform anywhere. Having uniform down your ankle is not rules. It's just somebody's idea and everybody's idea a rule. Because when we had decency in our schools, we never used to skirt down an ankle, never used to wear. So the tight pants, yes, okay, have a rule around that. When we were going to school back then, you could have wear 3-color socks, brown, black, and navy blue. You could have wear black or brown shoes. The rules around uniform, they're wasting too much time focusing on uniform when the educational standard and the discipline standard are breakdown in a school. The behavior we are seeing in our school is not because of what them are wear. Enforcing them thing they have to wear now go adjust the discipline attitude where there's a massive discipline breakdown in schools. So they must shift them focus on addressing the social and moral issues rather than the fashion issue. And that don't know if you understand somehow with the pushback. Focus on the social and the moral issue and stop focus on the fashion issue. Because more them put emphasis on the fashion issue, the moral and social issues are breaking down. So they must be by now set them priority wrong. It's not working. So they need to shift them priority. Because when you lock them out of school because of a simple haircut or pants too tight or a belt buckle, the discipline issue, the social and moral issue It's not been addressed. Look at the broader context of home and community, which is affecting how our children behave. I them think they don't have to put emphasis in the social and moral issue of communities and homes. Those are where things have broken down and keep spreading itself like a curse Nile. Focusing on the fashion really ain't going to cut it. You still are going to have the moral issues in a long skirt and big pants. The long skirt and the big pants will not address the moral issues of our society and our homes. So stop focused on the fashion, because we're going to continue break away so without addressing what the real issues are. We have a moral breakdown in our society. Don't expect it not to affect our children. And don't think the breakdown of those moral issues can be addressed by hairstyle and fashion. We're getting it wrong. Picnic follow rules, but what kind of rules? Picnic go break rules when they say adults break. And that don't understand in a society, children live what they learn. They say what I do, but don't do what I do does not apply any longer. And that don't understand. So from home to community must set example if we want them to follow a good example. We like to blame children for what we do in front of them every day. You cannot force children to follow rules if them see you breaking it continuously. I don't understand how some of us think. Just picnic follow rule. Of course they should. But rules are examples. Rules are not something that you make up and tell. Rules are examples. They follow good examples or they follow bad examples. I just saw it go. With society get worse, with children them get worse. When we there grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, when society never what it was today, we as children never stay so. Good God Almighty, look and tap every minute, tap, make up the hope and rule them, get the picnic where them are going to break because them so wanna break them. And we for set example for them follow good example in a home, in a community, in a school, in a church. They have all fallen apart in all sectors of society. Why the fuck do you want children alone to keep the rules for society? It's not defending their behavior. It's just assessing the reality. It's just assessing the reality. It's not going to get better with children see us breaking the rules and act like hooligans in front of them and expect them to walk military alongside us. We don't ever hear Fegoso. It's a broader issue that must be addressed in society. From we come back to school from school reopening in COVID, I've been asking the government to put together a multidisciplinary team from the social services, Ministry of Education, Ministry of National Security, from the churches, local community group, to come together how to tackle the issue. Good morning, Max Romeo. I may have cheated you bad yesterday, but sometime I don't know what question to ask. Enforcing a uniform policy will not solve the ills in our school that is a product of our society. We have to attack this thing at a broader level. We cannot give children rules to carry which we break in front of them continuously and expect it to work. We who grew up at an earlier stage when society had more morals in it, that's why our behavior was better then. Society in all walks have had a breakdown of morals that stem the whole sector away, and it reached down to our children. So we must stop look at addressing the fashion issue and address the moral and social issue that affect them in homes and communities. That's where the problem lies, not with the fashion. We're not, and I said not, and will not get anywhere if we continue to zoom in on the fashion. It is not the fashion which is the problem. There are social issues. There are moral issues from home to community that they see, that they live. It's the experience they have. Children live what they learn. So if we continue down the road of assessing the fashion, we are going to get worse. Believe you me. We will get worse. We have to live the life for them to follow the examples. Trust me. Trust me. We have to live the life for them to follow the example. It's how society develop. Them see and them learn. As every generation come through, you follow the guidance of the elders around you. The music has something to do with it. Media, internet, all the new trinkles of games, fashion, literacy of the generation above. There's a broad sway of things coming together. There's a broad sway of things coming together that are affecting these children. Look at how the adults behave in front of them. Look at how sometimes the adults speak to them. Hey boy, man, forward. Hey boy. Children live what they learn. We behave like hooligans in front of them. We behave like hooligans when we're interacting with them. What else then do you expect of them? We have to be good role models. Remember, these people, especially in the entertainment industry, in film, media, music, and all of that, especially those in film, children normally gravitate to the nasty character. In music, it's the same. The nastier the music is, it's the more they gravitate. Can we not see the social issues that are affecting them and not thinking that where they're going and how their grades are going is not because what they're wearing? It's because of what they're seeing, hearing, and interacting with in society. We are going to focus on fashion to absolutely nowhere. Trust me, that's never going to solve the problem. There's a whole rafter of coming together which is affecting them. That's why I've been asking the government forever. You need a multidisciplinary team from all sectors of society, government, private sector, and community, as well as church, to deal with the issue. We are going to focus on fashion to no ends. They have no solution, so they're trying to control them through their expression. Exactly. You cannot control people through their expression because them expression is what they develop from us through society. We have to tackle the moral and social issues. And until we turn around, it's a waste of time and it's a useless principle that sits down and cannot see that it is not working. Hmm? It is not working. Look at the way Jamaican adults behave, particularly on TikTok. I'm glad you bring that up, Max Romeo. Why then do we expect? Remember that little guy from Titchfield High, how everybody did come after him on social media? Look at our adults, though. Hmm? Look at our adults who they see every day. Every age TikTok provide, every age of Jamaican, the compound, come go on with all sorts. And then when the children them go on there, we expect them to act like Jesus' grandchildren. We go so. Hmm? We not act like Jesus' children, but we want them to act like Jesus' grandchildren. Until we take our head out of the sand like ostrich and deal with the issues, society will only fall apart. Believe you me. Hmm? The worse the music get, the more violent the film them get, the more we focus on materialism and entertainment, the worse the society get, the more it affect our children. Hmm? So no can go on. Anyway, what else do we have to look at? Hey, dictator police. I have the problem with this good grand old title, Doctor DR. The DR title. Hmm? Let me not say the doctor word. The DR title. Because when you bear the DR title, you see, you must have a very broad concept of particularly what you are doing. And a concept understanding of how it is done, what you can do, what you cannot do, what you must not do, and the rules you're working in. But dear old Dr. Kev, I'm not sure he's aware, you see, because these people who bear the DR title, the Dr. Kevin Blake, the Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, the Dr. Christopher Tufton, they're all a bunch of whatever you want to call them. Because they are now coming like washing brush. Let us listen to some of you would of course no doubt heard it already. I would think you rather there. Hold on. Kevin Blake. We thought Gogo Gaga was quite a terrible person, but I'm becoming to settled with it in my mind that it was a mistake when we moved Gogo Gaga and put Kevin Blake there. Because one, with Kevin Blake, what I don't agree with, ever since he came in, he, on the order of Chang and Wholeness, carried out slaughters after slaughter after slaughter, extrajudicially, of many our young men. He took the judge and maker policy very serious. Kevin Blake seems very partisan because as the commissioner of police, who should have his operational independence, his minister came out and told us of a bomb threat, and to date, the commissioner of police knows nothing about it because we not ain't said nothing. So literally he don't know nothing. Is Kevin Blake becoming a dictator? Hmm? I should have changed this banner from the other day. Hold on. Is Kevin Blake becoming a dictator? Because Kevin Blake seemed to just take up on the things on his own, whether he has the authority to do it or not. And Kevin Blake is a very NIMBYized person. He don't want to be criticized. He cannot take criticism. You see, this is the problem I have with the DRs. This is the problem I have with the DRs, because they come across very feeble, you see. When you have that broad sway of knowledge, you should be able to comfortable within your skin and listen to someone else's view without being bruised by it, Dr. Andrew Holness and Kevin Blake. No, sir. The DRs.
The commissioner has had no dialogue with me. I don't know of what this correspondence is really about. And whilst I was speaking to a member of my executive committee just a short while ago, I learned that this email was sent by the high command, so the all officers, our all officers. Now, I want to make it categorically clear that the commissioner of police has absolutely no authority to remove a POA chairman from his position. He has no such authority. That's the chairman of the Police Officers Association.
Is it that Kevin, the DR title man, does not know, he does not understand the jurisdiction he's operating when it comes to his job? Or is it that the DR title holder is becoming a dictator? There is a grievance policy. There is a grievance policy in all walks of employment. And you must, Kevin Blake, due process. You must be able to explore until it comes to a resolution. Not as soon as somebody make a complaint against you, they must be removed from their job. Isn't it under the same Kevin Blake? Wasn't it under Kevin Blake that they pushed out Rowan James as well? So I'm not sure, based on how Kevin Blake is and has been behaving, I'm not sure we should have removed Gugu Gaga. Isn't it? Kevin Blake has shown to be a dictator. Not only that, though, Kevin Blake has been shown to also be a monster. The multiple killings of young men that we see this commissioner has ordered and signed off on. Swap black dog for monkey. No, sir. Judgment.
He's selected from the floor. The commissioner has had no dialogue with me. I don't know of what this correspondence is really about. And whilst I was speaking to a member of my executive committee just a short while ago, I learned that this email was sent by the high command, so the all officers, our all officers. Now, I want to make it categorically clear that the commissioner of police has absolutely no authority to remove a POA chairman from his position. He has no such authority.
Kevin Blake, one argument that talk out a road say, you ain't cut out somebody belly at school or college or wherever, and then you go here foreign, and when your uncle was commissioner, you come back to the country or something of the sort, and your record wipe clean ketep. Same thing goes, sir. Just a ask.
The commissioner has had no dialogue with me. I don't know what this correspondence is really about. And whilst I was speaking to a member of my executive committee just a short while ago, I learned that this email was sent by the high command. So the all officers, our all officers. Now, I want to make it categorically clear that the commissioner of police has absolutely no authority to remove a POA chairman from his position. He has no such authority. That the chairman of the Police Officers Association is selected from the floor. And when I said from the floor, I'm talking about at a conference where more than 2/3 majority of the officers are present. A quorum is present, rather. Where a quorum is present. And that was duly done at our last conference in 2022, November 2022. And our planned conference for November 2025, then we go back to conference and make those decisions. So the commissioner is acting outside of his authority. I don't know where he has gotten that from.
He explained that the POA does not represent the commissioner.
The Police Officers Association does not represent the commissioner of police. We represent from the rank of assistant superintendent.
How could Kevin Blake not know that? He bears the DR title. How could he not know that? I don't know. Have to ask Kevin.
The rank of deputy commissioner. And so the commissioner is not a part of our outfit at all. And he should not be putting out anything of this nature.
SSP Cameron pointed out that the commissioner's directive came after he filed a complaint with the Police Service Commission against him.
So the commissioner of police has cited me for unprofessional conduct, a particular matter. That is before he has sent it to the Police Service Commission. I cannot comment on that. All right? But this is against the background that I have written some concerns against the commissioner of police to the Police Service Commission. And if I have written a grievance against the commissioner of police, I would expect that to be heard. So this is where we are at. So it's apparently the commissioner has drawn battle line that I am well prepared for.
Look around social media. Look at most of those spreading the PNP message.
The commissioner has had no dialogue with me.
Whoa! Georgia looking one. No, sir. Cock up your foot like I'm like a dog, George, and lick your wound. That's all one could say to Lady Davis. At least you're not saying that we get booted out of our job because we're so effing ducks, George Davis. I mean, dunce and dunce. Dunce, duncerer, and dunceress. I mean, we managed to keep our vlogging job. You understand that? CVM, though, haven't they? CVM wasn't because of your dunce outburst that CVM booted you. Come on now, George. Go on, George. No, sir. Georgie Porgy, she's really walking and licking her wounds. How could Kevin Blake make such a blunder? Or is Kevin Blake just a bully? Once you have the DR title, is it that you become a bully? The DR title make you become a bully? The know-it-all title? We wait to see what will become of the court battle. Let us respond to let us respond to George Davis. I'm going to respond to George Davis with this, with this video. You're never bright enough to keep your job, but we don't enough to still keep to it. Congratulations, George. Clap for yourself, George. Clap for yourself. You have done well. Let us respond to George with this. Whoa!
Like watching what's taking place, you know?
Oh, no wicked to me, so I'm not gonna send such thing to my life by ear. No. Clap for yourself. You have achieved a dismissal. No, sir. The man said we done. How could you? Let us respond to George.
Like watching what's taking place, you know? And when the only thing I hear, pam, 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 pam. You know, just raving the rifle like he's in the military, you know? But it was a good shootout. That was that's all I can say. It was a good shootout. The movie because it make police come from Clarendon, town. He make a big history in the system, people. But one thing I never want it to happen, they should have killed him. Yeah, they should have killed him. We didn't want him, man, because he's a bad shooter, man. He will out it. Oh, he think he mad, man. Only thing I hear, pam, 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 pam. You're going to see it all on the TikTok, people. Are you concerned? Okay.
That's the only way I could respond to that. That's literally the only thing I could really say about that. But let's move over to Brown Man. Because Dana here irritate me. Dana here make my eye feel like sun just getting on my eye. Dana Dixon. Every time I look on you here, it look like you feel like sun in my eye. Never mind. It's Dana's here. The egg. No, don't laugh. It sounds trivial. It's what I call trivial reality. Egg price costs for people's lives. I mean, can the question be asked, is this a consequence of mental health or a consequence of high cost of living? Is it? Am I insensitive in asking that question? Let me know, because I'll pull myself back. Could it be a consequence of mental health or a consequence of high cost of living? And I think I'll leave it at that, because I really wouldn't know how to work it out in my mind, which of the two would really apply, because the perpetrator has also died or is being killed. So that question in particular, consequence of mental health. That question in particular, difficult to answer, isn't it? Whether it's a consequence of high cost of living. Me no know. Denise, I was watching and listening to the people them live pan the scene. It sounds like literal eggs, so I don't know, but whatever it is, what went down in Caledonia Road, Mandeville yesterday, it boggles the mind. It really does. Given that you heard that it was caused by over 200 Jamaican dollars, and it involved the price of egg. Something deeper in my mind. How did they get so much ammunition? That's the thing. So, even though you can have the ammunition, them put down for a long time, and then cost of living can kick in after that. Mental health can kick in after that. But It's a complicated scenario because he was armed, he was well armed for quite a long while now before whatever kicked things into gear yesterday, whether it be mental health issues, high cost of living, or just uncontrolled anger could be another one. Just here, PNP get 2 more seats. From where, Paulette? And where the source of the news? Let me see. If not official sources out there. Browser lost connection. Hold on. Let me tell me, bro, what's lost connection with, with my camera. Hold on. Switch. Oh God, what is wrong with this thing? Bear with me. Bear with. Yeah. Whatever it is that took place yesterday, it's a mixture of things, but I wish the police would be able to tell us more which country he was deported from. Is he a military veteran? Could he be planning something like this for some time? It's a boggling situation, and I'm going to go off on a surreptitious rant. Could it be something more surreptitious than that? He was deported from Canada. Okay. Yes, he was a Marine. Okay. Could that be a consequence of his anger or mental breakdown? But he has armed himself well. Yes, has information regarding this man. Well, we'll see how the information develop, but as I say, for man, may not get to look upon information because me start out my computer. But hey, 3 innocent people lost their lives yesterday. The worrying thing for me is the $200 is the bigger part of it for me. That I think is the most telling part of it, that this all went down because of 200 Jamaican dollars, or this went down over money. That's the chilling part of it. Now, to the other battle of political seats and whether our election was a fair one or not. Should I go off on the People's National Party this morning? Should I go off on the People's National? Because I'm going to go off on the Jamaica Labour Party. You all are aware of that. All right, let me put the goody part ahead first. Of course, the People's National Party would be doing their due diligence across the country, particularly, I would hope, in those marginal seats, and to advance challenge even up to the courts where necessary. I would expect them to do their due diligence before putting such forward. But I'm not sure from the statement released by the People's National Party after the election, this tells us directly what they are prepared to do. I think the country is as to where the People's National Party will be taking this, because a broad sway of the country want challenges as to how things was done. But I'm not sure if we as a people really know where the People's National Party stands and all of this. Yes, we know Paul Buchanan has stated that he's going to challenge his seat. He's still gathering evidence. As a party, though, I'm not sure, given Monday Parliament will be reopened, I'm not sure where it is going. I'm not sure. I would have expected the People's National Party to at least say to us, we are doing our due diligence, and where necessary, we will do whatever we have to do. But I'm not sure if we know where they are in this and what they will be doing about this. Because a lot of us, on a lot of things that we have seen on election day by the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister's wife, put the vote buying aside, which may be harder to prove, Andrew Holness's behavior, Juliet Holness's behavior, and the behavior of Gospel Brown, and that whatever list it is, where all sort of dead people appear upon. Is there a way of us knowing if these dead people voted? I am confused. Just like from the local government of last year, I am confused because we, the people of Jamaica, a lot of us saw that big fraud was carried out on us. And we rely on the People's National Party to lead the charge on this, listening to the country. So I don't know where it is all going, but news source in the Gleaner, there may be challenges to Raymond seat, and what's this gentleman? Is it Pickersgill or what name? But I feel like I'm running out of patience. I don't know about you all, but I certainly feel like I am losing patient. So me don't know. I honestly do not know. Hold on. I honestly don't know. Sometimes I get tired of the wait and see. Sometimes I am tired of the wait and see because the wait and see make Andrew there right now. I'm literally confused as to where we might end it up. Because there are a lot of seats that there ought to be challenged. But other than Paul, who came out and made it clear, and then we're seeing in the Gleaner article, for Raymond and Wickham McNeil, I don't know. Because the way how gospel, the way how the election was run by the director of election, if a lot, as people are saying, my dead parents from 2010, 2011 weren't on previous electoral lists, but somehow they have appeared on this one. These are matters of great concern. The electoral office prevented people who should have exercised their vote. Wickham McNeil and McGregor's seat will be challenged. Okay, will Raymond be challenged as well? And Andrew will be challenged, as we heard Paul Buchanan. Let me see if I pull back the Paul Buchanan video. Paul Buchanan made it clear. I think if Miranda Wellington can provide the information or prove that people's finger was inked from Tuesday night, which is what happened in Southwest St. Elizabeth, there are a lot of these seats that ought to be challenged.
According to the PNP candidate for West Central St. Andrew, Paul Buchanan, the preliminary results bear no resemblance to the history and data of the constituency.
This constituency has 13,400 voters. And never before has the Mullines division recorded the numbers we were seeing in any general election.
Mr. Buchanan is alleging the irregularities were concentrated at the polling stations in areas considered People's National Party strongholds.
At DuPont, in particular, the conflict in terms of the outturn or the outcome and the numbers, the preliminary numbers, could not be supported.
At the Taylor Basic School, the Mall Road cluster, more irregularities, he claims.
Again, there we had significant numbers, so much so that after a visit by Andrew Holness yesterday, voting was ordered stop inexplicable.
He says his team is also investigating the strange removal of several boxes.
Is that there were some boxes over Seaward Drive or the Seaward School cluster that went to the polling station long after everywhere else in Jamaica, despite the fact that it was about 300 yards away or 300 meters away between Seaward School and the counting center. And when my attorney asked for an explanation, they said that the responsible person was sick. Now, we'll have to go into that as far as the sickness is concerned, or who was the responsible person, whether as a presiding officer. So question will be asked. Again, at Drews Avenue, where another of our strong cluster of boxes. The pickup people took a route which is inexplicable. Instead of going straight from Mullines, coming up Mullines and go straight through to Bay Farm and Waltham to the counting center, they went through a hazardous path, a perilous path, down Olympic to drop off 2 policewomen. And we have witnesses of all these things. And through a throng of GLP crowd and all of that to 3 Mile and then up.
Mr. Buchanan is calling for a thorough investigation, but says he has not officially reported the matter to the EOJ as he's gathering evidence and will do so in a week. Kirk Wright, TVJ News.
May not even know the legal process on this, but shouldn't they try to mount the challenges before Parliament convene and the government sworn in? I don't know. I'm just asking. Listen to the history from Darrell Ball. Darrell Balls confused me.
Reflect.
The word short order means that I'm going to do it very shortly. But then you go on to say you're going to serve out your entire term. I don't know if you understand English, Darrell Balls. Because short order wouldn't be a 5-year period in politics, which is a full term. Darrell Balls. So how you get short order and full term in the same sentence? It really don't cut it, Darrell Balls. Don't understand your English at all.
Reflective MP for Western Portland, Darrell Vaz, on Monday, when asked about his wife's loss in Eastern Portland during the September 3rd general election. Political newcomer Isaac Buchanan defeated Anne-Marie Vaz by over 180 votes.
Our strongest division, the Mansion Hill division, came out with a lead of 325 votes, when it has come out with between 600 and 800 votes in the 3 previous elections since she was there in 2019. The fact is that Port Antonio and Prospect divisions in Port Antonio are very strong PNP.
In assessing the election results, Mr. Vaz emphasized that if the JLP was not leading in the Ferry Hill and Mansion Hill divisions by over 1,500 votes, he knew the party would not make it. However,
I don't want to ascribe blame in relation to why those numbers never came out and who did what and whatever happened. The bottom line is that politics is about numbers. And the fact is that our numbers didn't come out. And if they had come out, should have been victorious. So the fact of the matter is that we lost the seat. The PNP didn't win it.
Mrs. Vaz's defeat surprised many people who pointed to the work she has been.
That the part that confused me too. We lost the seat. The PNP didn't win it. So what is the seat there, sir? Yes, sir? Where is the seat? The Mansion Hill division he's speaking about. And there's some Mayor Mats rob up the whole heap of money by Mercedes-Benz Land Rover and pay it out to young girl and them something there. You never hear, just like I come and tell you now, months ago, say Mayor Mats not do nothing for the young girl them if he can't touch up them breasts. You know, hear one girl come out and say the same thing since the election. You can find that video. One girl come out and say the same thing, and me telling her that months ago. So man, me don't know why Mansion Hill people figure vote for no. Why don't you just have a man there to abuse the young girl them? I watch the video there. One young girl come out and say this very same thing. Mayor Mats don't do nothing for you. If he can't finger mingle you. I know this. Where the hell is that video? But me sure one young girl come out and say the same thing. So the weeping willow you see them have over the Mansion Hill division is exactly why them lose it. Because the mayor is an abuser. When he not abuse the young girl them with government resources, him turn him badman them. And a lot of the young boys, even the labor right, them will decide to vote for ISAT were there. That same mayor will use up a lot of public resources in Portland, use in gangs them to beat up a whole heap of those young boys. Shani Green, which is a counselor she was one of Anvar's staff and then she became a counselor last year. She work with Anvar's. Shani Green have stop strip the place dry. Shani Green have trucks, backhoe, bulldozer, black factory, insurance company, a bill house at Stony Hill, all of a sudden so, out of nothing at all. These are the things what happen to public resources in a East Portland. Anvar's brother, Father Anvar's from St. Elizabeth, come and he has enriched himself. Security company, truck, roller, all sort. They have bled the budget of East Portland dry. So when Anvars come out pan road and carry on with herself, the thinks that she do something. Anvars not do nothing in East Portland.
Doing in the constituency since 2019. After conceding via social media, she thanked the people of East Portland for their support over the past 6 years. On Instagram, she said, "It has been my honor serving as your MP. This constituency is my home, and I am confident and proud to say that I gave it my all each and every day."
I don't know. Truth be told, obviously it will take some time for her to I mean, she's disappointed, as would anybody who would be, based on the amount of work that she did. But what I would like to say publicly is that I really am grateful and thankful for the outpouring of love and support for her. I don't think that there has ever been a politician in Jamaica that has lost an election where it has overshadowed the victory of the party.
Although it is still early, Mrs. Vaz has not indicated her next step in politics. But Mr. Vaz reiterated he would be packing up soon.
For truth be told, I will start to make my transition in short order, and time will dictate how long I stay, both as a member of parliament, which I serve my term, but as a minister of government.
The time will dictate. You spoke of Darrell Vaz. Is that a code word? Time will dictate how long I stay as a minister and a member of parliament. Are you signaling that you may be a great rival to Andrew Holness, or you will start an attack on a more weaker Andrew Holness in his third term? Just asking. Because the short order and the full term don't make no sense together. But then again, it's a dunce person. What on earth do you expect? Don't say what dunce regularly say. Don't expect better from him. The man is a blatant dunce. A dunce made. Where is that video? I could have swear me did have it. But Mayor Mats is nobody. That mayor, who knows he can't count money, is literally a nobody. So we don't know them are going over the Manchineel division. Like said, them never crucify the people them in there. Them never take them resources and enrich themselves. And them alone enjoy the wealth of East Portland. And Vard's brother enriched himself out of thin air. Anvar's brother, anybody want to call and have a view upon the election? Anvar's enriched her brother out of thin air. Him security company control the hospital. After him security company run the gate of Blue Lagoon. He had truck, he had this, he had that. And all he come a Portland from St. Elizabeth is to be Anvar's campaign manager. And he come there and he make himself wealthy out of East Portland people resources. Why don't go on in peace? Why don't go on in peace? We don't get rich. And we not ask gonna forgive back on our riches. But we don't walk and take back. We don't do for people out of government resources. But good for the labor rights them, you know. Good for the labor rights them. So where they ain't going to them and walk and take them back. Because that's won't get caught up in all the while. Selling on yourself very, very short. Boys, hold on there. As soon as get the video phone because Mayor Matt is a devious also and so. All of them use government resources only to abuse and not to do what them said them promise you that they will do with it. They use government resources as their personal purse. That's why they can't go no things and take it back for no. Because out of them pocket. Is out of them pocket. It's not the public purse that they're abusing. It's not the public purse they're stealing from. They make it look like I say, a outer for them own hard-earned pocket. Them a do things for you. Labor rights I wanna cuss me on TikTok for. You love top dogs. Okay. Me love the low dog them. Me no want top dog because me no like heights. Me can't climb. So me no want go so high. Me a ride pan dot upon them is steady. You, sir, on the other hand, or ma'am, said you love top dogs. We stay with the lower dogs them. Not tell no lie. Me afraid of heights. It hard for job, so you know. Don't you understand what Anvaz is feeling this morning? The top dog, boof, right at that. So me no like the top dog life. Me all right down here so. Want to step on me 2 foot rather than on a labor rights where with the top dog them and creep on the because you no love top dog and remember say upon on need they lead on with little food. That's why I no love top dog labor rights. Gonna love to be led on her knees like poodles and chihuahuas, little yapping mother sothers. So, me don't know what you're talking about, so you love top dogs. You love to get led on your knees? Is that what you're really saying to us? Just asking. Tap up the screen, man. Can they have argument and do anything to support the program? I'm telling you so. Why are you so torment?
Annabelle works from Blood Clot, Kensington. Miss, we are going to Kefi and bar and I chat up your mouth. And that, you come after me. You run up in a blood clot, because I come like you forgot how you blood clot deal with. You got to talk about fuck for Jamaica. The amount of fuck you put on in a lifetime, they can't add up to a little bit when we start though. The amount of fuck you fuck out for no lifetime, the amount of belly you blood clot dash way over that fi Paul. The amount of money you blood clot take fi pit them over there. Now make me start bust up and call out name pa all who me the fuck. Cause not you look freeness where my go now where my do fi blood clot you know you not do fi we. He ma do fi uno, cause he ma fuck uno. He ma keep party up a love shackland for uno. He can't fuck me. Me nah look pan Paul. Paul can't fuck me, ma fuck you. I him breed you, remember you give.
Yeah, that's what Paul Thomas went there. What they done there? They're dunce. International dunce. Where is he? In case you don't know who Paul is, you might recognize him from counting. Dirty Paul, where are you? Here he is.
Could you repeat what you were saying?
Mr. McKenzie is suggesting that there's a certain level of partisanry on the part of how you allocate certain benefits at the municipal level.
Mr. McKenzie cannot come to this on this platform and say anything like that. What I have done is what he was practicing when he was the mayor. When he was the mayor and he gets the funding from the ministry, he shares it in a 50, 100% basis. He gives the JLP 50% and they take 100%. And it is evident right now that is exactly what I'm doing.
Hold on. That maths doesn't sound right. If you get $100 million, you take 100% and give the PNP 50.
Get half of it.
No, that's not. No. Something
that's what he was doing.
No, but you can't have 150% or something, sir. How much would he take and how much would he give the PNP?
If he gets $10 to share for the council,
yes.
If the PMP would get 100 or $50 out of the $10, and the JLP will get $25.
But hold on, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Arithmetic not right. Him get $10. Him get $10.
Let me break it.
Yes, so you get him get $10 to spend, right? Total.
And the JLP get $5.
50%, yes.
Yes.
And the PNP and the JLP and the PNP would get how much?
The PNP gets, whenever time the PNP gets any money, whether $20 or $10, if they get $20, the JLP get $10.
Oh, so
if they get $10, the JLP get $5.
So it's 50-50 share it?
Right.
Oh.
Now you understand where government resources have gone, haven't you? Now you understand why Paul Thomas only used public resources to buy front. Something I've said on here months ago before the election, and see Portland young girl them come out attack it now. That's what government resources is used for. And them think to say the people is still entitled to vote for them, even when they deliberately use the people resources to enrich themselves and expect the people to creep on them knee behind them. That's what they're expecting, you know. It was a safe seat. They have fixed enough. They not even fixed. They have danced on enough roads. They have danced on enough roads and have posted it to social media. So that allows them a third term. Because in their manifesto plan, we would dance on the roads for you. But to the labor rights of East Portland, God go with you know. Can't no want nothing, you know. As one of them come tell me pan see here say them love top dogs. When love to be led on your knees at labor rights. Michael Manley said if we walk through this world pan with 2 foot. Labor rights, not on our knees. We wanna decide to make the top dog them. Lead or no. No, we won't. We are going to walk through the world pan with 2 hooves. We no can't stay down the pan on knee. That's why them keep dropping crumbs at that phone. Labor rights. Kind of love top dogs. The same top dogs them will walk and take back. Where them thief government resources and take it, you know, as feeding tree. To keep on in control, within their control. And because they're so hungry, because their belly so long, and because they're sight so shorter than the nose on your face, labor rights, you dare not to see what's ahead of you. Dull labor rights.
I've called and I was told that I am on the list to be voting at the Denham Town High School. And unfortunately, when I turned up this morning, only to find out that my name has been removed from the police list. When I checked otherwise, my name have been removed from the police voters list, as well as others who are on suspension, interdiction. This is the first in the history, to my knowledge, that any such occurrence has taken place.
He is now questioning the authority of the police high command and calling for them to be held accountable for what he deems a retrograde step to impact his right to vote. Now, Corporal James has been in a long court battle with the police high command over the treatment of rank and file members of the police force. He says he's prepared to take swift legal action if he is not able to vote when the rest of the public goes to the polls on Wednesday.
I know of a fact that my character and integrity has not been impugned, and it is disrespectful of the High Command to be placing me in an unknown profession, to say the least.
I asked the question, is Kevin Blake becoming a dictator? Is Kevin Blake becoming a dictator? And since Kevin Blake come and get booted from the Police Federation, seem try to boot another one here, him victimize Rowan and others to make sure them not exercise them right to vote. Is this what you really want in our country? Those of you who support the Labour Party and think we continue to badger away on Andrew Holness, is this what you want in our country, where what you can access or the rights you enjoy is at the whims and the fancies of the Prime Minister? As we heard the Prime Minister told us, it's the choice you make for your country, not really your birth certificate. Is it that you want things to be pleasing to the Prime Minister and his cronies for you to be able to engage in society? You're not careful of the danger one harbor, you know. Careful of the dangers that you all are protecting. Because you don't tend to listen to the subliminal messages from these people when they talk, nor do you see their autocratic advances as to the things that Kevin Blake has been doing since him come in. You Wanna stop call Lady Davis name over here now. So the lady couldn't keep in job as CVM, and the lady I take it out from bloggers. Bloggers work independently for themselves. You know, we are our own managers and we file our own taxes. So, useless piece of steel. Whoa, make a respond to George again, cause I love how the youth, yeah, do the expression. That's my only response to George. We can't respond the other way.
Like watching what taking place, you know. And when the only thing I hear, pam, 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 pam. You know, just raving the rifle like he's in the military, you know. But it was a good shootout. That was that's all I can say. It was a good shootout. The move because it make police come from Clarendon town. He make a big history in this system. But one thing I never want to happen. They should have killed him. Yeah, they should have killed him. We didn't want him, man, because he's a bad shooter, man. He will out he think he mad, man. Only thing I hear, pam, 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 pam. You're gonna see it all on the.
That's all I wanna say to George. Pam, pam, padam, pam, pam. Lord Jesus. Anytime Jamaicans speak to the media, them always have make history. You know, the one where said nobody can cross it. Then there was the other woman. We were sleeping and we were waking. When Jamaicans speak to the media, them always make history. But never mind. In the midst of life, we are in debt. So in serious scenarios, we still have to laugh as well. Otherwise, we'll all go balmy, possibly like Brown Man went yesterday. So sometimes we have to laugh, to loosen up with self and displace the tension. Otherwise, the build-up of the pressure bust pipe, isn't it? So sometimes you have to. Otherwise, we would have a lot of brown men. And I think that is what is saving Jamaica from going over the brink. We have an awful lot to laugh about. Otherwise, all of we would be walking around trying to be madder than each other. Because of the pressures of life, literally. There would be a competition in madness in our country. If we didn't have so much to laugh about, madness in our country would be a competition because cost of living alone, you don't even need anything else to couple with that to have a good go off it. But our election was stolen. And we want sister. If the security police can feel the same brunt that we have felt from this government in relation to our election, then something must happen. You cannot let so much laws be broken in front of you. And this is where I go back to the discipline issue and the grooming issue. Let me pull up the video so people understand what we're talking about. When we see so much rule breaking that just went on in our election, some of them captured live on camera. The EOJ is involved. The Prime Minister is involved. The Prime Minister's wife is involved. But still we want the children of Jamaica to walk on a tightrope.
That time of year again. You might be thinking back to school, but we're specifically talking about students being locked out because of grooming and attire. A concerned parent called our newsroom Monday morning. This is her son's haircut. She says he was barred from entering the school. And at St. James High School, a group of boys gathered outside the school gate. The problem? Haircuts, altered uniform, shoes. The school's chairman says in such cases, parents or guardians are to be contacted and students sent home in their care.
The code stipulate how students are to be attired. And if that code is being breached, there's an agreed way as to how it is dealt with. Now, locking students out of school is not one of the things that the board agreed with. We have discussed it at length because it's something that occurred quite a few times. I myself had to visit the school on several occasions where students were prevented from entering because some of these breaches.
It caught the attention of DSP Peter Salke, Zone 3 Commander for St. James.
I have not yet spoken with the administration as to why they have been locked out. I don't know if it has to do with dress code or late. I'm uncertain. Nevertheless, we'll have discussion surrounding this. All in all, other than that, school have been out to a smooth commencement across the parish, based on my understanding this morning.
St. Andrew High School for Girls took to Instagram Sunday with this post, quote, "Please be reminded, absolutely no edges," end quote. The caption says, "The wearing of edges is now officially banned on campus. Remember, curtains belong in the house, not on foreheads." Students were also barred at Calabar High School, with the administration citing dress code violations. Students said black hair dye, incorrect belt buckles, tight pants, and incorrect height for hair were among their violations. TVJ News understands that the breaches were highlighted during orientation. However, students returned Monday with the infractions. Now, president of the National Parent-Teacher Association of Jamaica, Stuart Jacobs, is urging parents to ensure their children comply with school rules, including
of all the different fashion accessory listed, the one, even though they're irrelevant, believe you me, in addressing the real issues, it's the length of hair. It's the correct length of hair that really, really, really bothers me. The correct length of hair, that is the bit that really grabs me. What is the correct length of hair? What is the acceptable correct length of hair? Isn't that subjectivity from the principals? Because one principal, 1 inch of hair may be all right for one, 2 inch may be all right for one, half an inch may be all right for the other. Belt buckle. Look up, principals. Look up. Tempting is madness. It will never address the breakdown in discipline, the breakdown of grades in our school, until our principals take them head out of Vogue magazine and go back to the core. Education, not fashionization. That's what they're there for, education. Not to decide how tall people here is or what it should be. So anybody want to defend these principal pandies? Dumbness, because it's literally dumbness for these principal to be emphasizing and literally bullshit while they cannot control their classrooms. They cannot control their schools. That's what they should be focusing on. Bringing back control to their schools. Make sure they can interact with the children then and help them to improve themselves rather than locking them out? Is this principal creating members for gangs? Because that's the only thing I go end up or I go happen when they left out a road, not doing anything, not being able to improve them educational ability. The only thing that's going to do is to push them closer to the gang, and then Kevin Blake shoot them down. Is the schools, is this current set of principal helping to create gangs in our society? If they are more inclined to straighten out fashionism rather than education. Agreed them dedefa. Agreed them dedefa. We not send with children them go learn clothing and textile. And a clothing and textile we send them go learn. So this rant with principals depend across the country. Maybe they need to look at them and their faculties across the school and whether they are setting example for the children. Look at the community the children are from, if examples are being set for them. Look at the homes they're from, if examples being set for them. I think that's the way to go about the problem, rather than becoming marketeer for Vogue magazine, because that's what our principals become now. Vogue magazine marketeer. You must just well enough for Vogue. Stop this stupidity and put back the emphasis in education, which will help our children to move forward and our communities to move forward. But don't prepare them for Vogue, because it's not going to help Jamaica. You preparing them for Vogue is not going to benefit our society. It's going to make it worse. You think these things will be a distraction in school? It obviously not. Why would a belt buckle distract the child who's wearing the belt buckle from learn if there's discipline in school and there's good teaching in school? Why a child, why that belt buckle would stop another child from learning? Why a child, the length of a child here would stop that child or other children from learning? The color of a child's shoes. Remember, only people we do walk to school barefoot and it never make nobody turn dunce because them look down on our foot every day, even those who could afford to wear shoes. These things are bullshit. Literally, bullshit. Focus on education. Focus on the morals and social ills of society. And then we could do a turnaround on our children's mindset. But if teachers are there to teach hairstyle and dress code, then you understand why the grades. Kathy, how you do? You understand why we're not getting the grades. Because our teachers don't have time to teach well or to prepare them lesson well. They might prepare how to tackle the picnic them tomorrow. Imagine the sleepless fucking night the principal them have every night. Who am I going to turn back tomorrow? I hope the one did not come with the tide. I hope the one did not come with the long hair. I hope the one did not come with this. The principals need to focus on what them got university for. Not clothing and textile. Or them got fashion school. If that is their interest, go to fashion school. Go and go prepare people for Vogue. But leave the children them fashion hair and clothes and focus on bringing back discipline and good education in school. Because what we have now is a bunch of failure. Failure. Have sleepless nights. I wonder what people pick me and go wake come to school tomorrow. I wonder how tall them here are going to be. And then them now meet them grades. You think it's the parents' fault alone that them not reach them grades? It is more your fault because we know say only for the home where them have come from, the literacy skill is not there to help them. So that's why we pay Uno not to focus on fashion, but to teach with children them. Raise on the head out of the cloud. Eh? Raise on the head out of the cloud, principal. And make sure to bring back control and discipline and good education to the school rather than good fashionization. Come head tired this morning, you see, principals. Anyway, despite the late start and the havoc to get my computer back up and working, thank you all for being here with us this morning on Global TV. Lovely to have your support as always. If you're new to the program, make sure you give us a follow. So when we go live, you certainly will get our notification. And if you're new on TikTok, please do give us a follow and make sure you keep tapping up the screen. Thank you all for being here this morning. Please do join us back tonight for the people's point of view. Even though my head tired, Max Romeo, I never cussed today. Please do join us back tonight for the people's point of view. I have few little mingles and tingles and other things to do back on this computer to get it all back to my things and my everything when me used to on it. That's why when we go on any other computer, it confused me because the one that I normally work on, I have everything set up on it that I need. And the minute I go on any other computer, I become absolutely confused. Absolutely confused. So thank you all. And please do join us back tonight. Let us play our outro song. Away there, away there, away there.
Oh, thy peace, the God of my salvation. Because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat and not press the poor. Make up what I sing to. Make a man throw one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan. Make a man throw one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man throw one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man throw one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta and sell out, I sell out Babylon. Just talk on the Friday. You want throw a stone and then bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing. Man throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one, big him and Joe one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black big him and Joe one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman Joe one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.